Hey guys, Dora here, and today I'm bringing you a book haul. It has been months since I've done a book haul. If you saw my last video, you know that now I work at a bookstore, so there may be more book hauls in the future because I just can't control myself. I need all the books. This is a collective book haul. These are basically books I've gotten from August to right now. Two of these books are ARCs, and I've gotten them from my job because we get ARCs so we can read the books and then we can rave about them. I grabbed two ARCs that I really was interested in reading. Now with that little disclaimer, let's get on to the book haul. The first ARC I got was Grimm Lovelyrs by Megan Shepherd, and this book comes out on August 2nd, so it's already out in the world. Life has been so busy for me, so I didn't get to finish it before then, but I am still planning on finishing it. So in this story we follow Aug-Oct, who is a beastie. A beastie is an animal that has been transformed by a magic spell to be human. And the only way for this to happen is for a witch to cast the spell. But when the witch who transformed Aug-Oct and 3 other beasties into humans is murdered, Aug-Oct and the other beasties have 3 days to find another witch to cast the spell, or otherwise they'll turn back into animals. The reason why I grabbed this arc is because I've heard great things about Megan Shepherd, the author of the Madman's Daughter trilogy. I heard that trilogy was fantastic. I've yet to read it. It's been on my TBR for years. This next book is an arc, and that is What If It's Us by Becky Albertelli and Adam Silvera. And from the first 2 chapters that I've read, I can tell you guys that I have a feeling that this book is going to be fantastic. And I'm guessing that it'll be part of my favorites for 2018. I don't know much about this book, but I'll read you the back. What if they can't quite nail a first date, even after 3 do-overs? What if author tries too hard to make it work and Ben doesn't try hard enough? What if life really isn't like a Broadway play? But what if it is? What if it's us? So this book was on my purchase list because I never thought I'd ever get an arc. I remember on Twitter how everybody was requesting an arc, so I never had my hopes up. But when I walked into the break room one day and I saw it, I was like, that book is mine. I want it. Now these books I bought with my own money, and the first book I bought is A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir. This is the 3rd book in the Ember and the Ashes series. I'm not sure if it's going to be a trilogy. I think it's a quartet. If you saw my video for books I'll probably never read, I said I didn't want to finish the series anymore because I was really let down by A Torch. But I changed my mind, like I did with so many things after filming that video. I couldn't help it. I reread Ember a few months ago and I fell in love with it all over again, and I've yet to read Torch again. I've heard so many people rave about A Reaper at the Gates, and I'm like, if it's really that good, I'm gonna continue on with the series. The next book I got here is a book that I had wanted to get from the library, but I missed my pickup time. It was canceled, so now I was like number 24, and I was like, that. I am not waiting months and months to read this book. One day while I was stocking the shelves at work, I saw the book and I was like, yes, I'm gonna get it. And that is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I've heard amazing, fantastic things about this book from everyone in the booktube community. So this book is a work of fiction, and it's about Evelyn Hugo. She lived a very glamorous and scandalous life, but when a magazine reporter called Monique Grant is chosen to write her story, Monique is determined to use that interview to jumpstart her career. And so from then on, Monique just interviews Evelyn and they talk about Evelyn's life. So these next 3 books are books I bought because I found out through a customer at work that this author is coming to my town for a signing, and I have never been to a book signing, so I thought this is a perfect opportunity, and maybe if I get a lot of people to go, maybe more authors will be inclined to come to my city to do book signings. The closest book signings that ever come my way is either Seattle or Portland. One thing or another, I either don't have the money to go or I don't have the day off to go, and though I hadn't read his books, I was like, I'm going. I don't care if I get spoiled. If I go to the signing, I'm going. Once I went to get my tickets for the signing, I went to my Barnes & Noble and I picked up the books. My goal is to finish all 3 of them before the signing, but if that's not the case, I won't be too sad if I get spoiled. I honestly won't. So once I show you the book, I'm sure you guys will know who the author is that's coming to my town, and I'm so excited. So here we go. You guys ready? Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Hollow City and Library of Souls. So Ransom put my town in his book tour, and I'm so happy. I'm so excited to meet him. This will be my first book signing. So I will always remember Ransom Riggs for being my first book signing I ever went to. I'm pretty sure you guys know what this is about. I don't think you guys need me to explain, but if you do, I'll just do a little snippet. We follow our main character Jacob, and his grandfather used to tell him stories about this peculiar home he used to live with all these other children who had lots of great abilities. And when Jacob's grandfather is murdered, Jacob sets out to find whether his grandfather was telling him bedtime stories or if he was really telling him the truth. I have already read this one. I finished Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I'm currently on Hollow City, and as you guys can tell, it's all full of tabbies, annotated and such. This is not a review, so I'm not gonna tell you guys much about it. I still haven't decided whether I want to do a book talk or if I just want to wait for a wrap up to do this. I'm leaning more towards a book talk, but I'm not sure, not just yet. And the last book I got is Fallen Kingdoms by Rhodes, and I have already read this book, but I wanted to buy it because I wanted to reread it because I own book 2 and 3. This is a fantasy novel, and we follow 3 kingdoms: Oranos, Limeros, and Pylacia, I believe. I remember some things from when I first read it. All I know though is I really did enjoy the series, and I can't wait to continue. So those are the books I've hauled in the last few months. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any advice for book signings, because I need all the help that I can get. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more of my face, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!